I give you my thoughts, I have to ask you one thing. What you gonna do? What? Hey guys, how is everybody doing with Bad Boys Ride or Die coming out in theaters this upcoming weekend? I have decided to review the other three installments with the Bad Boys franchise, starting off with the original 1995 and Michael Bay's directorial debut with the original classic Bad Boys. Yes, I have finally returned. It's been about a week since I last did a video. My last video that I did was Mad Max Fury Road, my review on that. Sorry I haven't been around. Sorry I didn't get around to do my Mad Max ranking. It's allergy season where I am. The trees are finally starting to come alive. Flowers are finally appearing, and it's been allergy season. And I sounded like shit for a few days. My nose was stuffy. My throat was fucking terrible. Like, I basically felt like shit. I didn't want to get in front of camera and sound like shit to you guys, so I just postponed my video, and then I finally felt better. But then one day, my body decided to be a huger dick to me and made my stomach feel like shit, and where I almost felt like I was gonna throw up. I just felt like absolute shit for about a week, and I did not want to get in front of camera and kind of be feeling like shit to where I wouldn't have like the energy to do a video. But I'm back now. I'm gonna be talking about Bad Boys, and tomorrow I'll have a special review for you guys. Hopefully, if my lazy ass will get up and do it. But nevertheless, well, with all the stalling out of the way, here are my thoughts on the original 1995 Bad Boys. Starting out with my positives on Bad Boys is one of the things that this franchise continuously does, and that which carries on throughout the entire franchise, is Will Smith's and Martin Lawrence's chemistry. These two guys have some of the best chemistry in Hollywood, I feel, because when you think of like really good buddy cop duos, besides like Lethal Weapon, I guarantee you a lot of people will be thinking about Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in the Bad Boys franchise. These two guys' chemistry on screen is absolutely amazing. Their comedy is outstanding, to where when they bicker with each other, it's hilarious because they feel like actual like friends bickering with each other every time they're on screen, fighting with each other or talk to each other. It's just a blast to see them on there. Their chemistry is just off the charts. I would contend that it's like top 10 best duos in Hollywood, I would believe, because it's that fucking good. They have some of the best chemistry in Hollywood ever, I feel, because whenever they're just on screen together, just having fun with each other, doing it mostly comes with the comedy. I feels because these two on screen and with their comedy is great, and I'm glad to see it's continuously been extending throughout these last few movies, and yeah, and this is when they were really off the charts with their comedy career too. So seeing these two kind of like comedy like actors put to a action comedy film, I thought they were it's great. I truly believe their chemistry is just amazing, and that's just what makes Bad Boys. And speaking of, the comedy in this movie is fucking hilarious to where it's mostly just like the bickering with Mike and Marcus. I almost forgot their name. It's mostly because of Micah and Marcus kind of like be a duo together and kind of throwing jokes at each other, making joke, kind of being like interrogating people, and they're kind of fucking around the entire time, not taking anything serious. And
Man, give me the phone. Give me the phone, baby. She hung up. She hung up a long time ago. I was playing. Man, I was playing.
it also comes from their captain, Captain Howard. I think he's fucking hilarious, played by Joe something. Is it Joe Pilato? No, it's not Joe Pilato. I don't know. I forget his last name, but it's I do know his name is Joe, and I think he's fucking funny in this movie too. Like the scene where hey, he's shooting hoops in the fucking gymnasium, and he keeps missing the hoops, and he goes, "Oh, I was making every basket before you guys came here."
I was like getting them all in before you showed up.
It just oh fuck, like he's pretty funny, and when the part where he picks up the phone and but Mike's not there, so he has to make Marcus sound like Mike, and he's trying to like get him hyped up, and he goes, you go to this address, or you're not gonna see your wife again." It's like this guy that guy alone is what makes Bad Boy so fucking funny. Besides Mike and Marcus and all that, like Captain Howard himself is hilarious. I love him, and I love his actor, and it's a shame to see that he unfortunately dies in Bad Boys for Life, which will we'll get to there. But yeah, the comedy in this movie is fucking hilarious. It truly had me laughing from beginning to end, to where it's just even it's just like small jokes to where when Marcus sees the one lady when he goes to her apartment and he goes, I just didn't expect it to be like this. He goes, well, I didn't expect to walk into Yankee Stadium because you tried to hit him with a fucking bat. Like, the comedy, it's fucking hilarious, and it's just off the charts throughout the beginning and end of this movie. And I love the buddy cop like movie that this movie is and what this entire franchise is. I'm a huge buddy cop guy, like Lethal Weapon. Who doesn't love Lethal Weapon at this point, especially Lethal Weapon 2. And a movie that doesn't get talked about much is like Tango and Cash with Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. Great duo there. I would have loved to see that more, but that's a very underrated buddy cop movie that like nobody talks about, which is surprising because how fun that movie is. But yeah, I'm a huge buddy cop guy, and if you tell me that there's like a new buddy cop comedy movie coming out, then I will be there day one. I fucking love buddy cop movies, and just it's like it's a small little negative. I know that negative. It's a small little positive. I meant to say in this movie, and it's just like something that it maybe not be worth talking about, but yeah, for someone who's a buddy cop fan, and this movie, it. One thing that I do need to talk about, and this doesn't really show up much throughout the entire movie, is the Bad Boys theme. Now, whenever you think about that theme, no one thinks about cops. I'm sorry, I know that song came from cops, but let's be honest. When you hear the song Bad Boys, who thinks of cops? Show of hands. Exactly. You put your fucking hand down, Jeff. I'm tired of you raising your hands when I ask stupid questions. Stop fucking raising your hand, Jeffrey. I don't care if that's your name. That's your new fucking name. Fuck you, Jeff. But anyways, nobody just thinks about the Cops show. I'm sorry. I know it's where it originated, but no one thinks about that. Ever since this franchise came out, and ever since they have Martin Lawrence and Will Smith do movies together, everybody will think of Bad Boys when they hear that theme. That's what I've always heard it from, and when I found that the song came from Cops, I was like, oh, that's kind of stupid, because Bad Boys is the title of the movie. Like, and there's a song titled Bad Boys. Like, come on. Like, who's not going to think about that? Like, if I honestly feel if you do think of cops when you hear that song, then there's something seriously wrong with you. I'm sorry. There is, because no one will think about cops, because it's fucking Bad Boys. This song belongs to this movie. This movie, bitch. So yeah, I love the Bad Boys theme. It's iconic. I fucking love it, and it's a song that I do listen to a lot, actually, for some reason. I don't know why. You know, some people are normal. They listen to Eminem, Drake, or rock bands like AC/DC, and then there's just me listening to the Bad Boys theme because I don't have a fucking normal life. And for my final positive is what this franchise has always been known for, and that is the action, and that's what Michael Bay has always been known for. Now, I'll talk about the action a little bit later on, but the action in this movie, it's great. Again, I'll talk about something about it later, but for this being Michael Bay's first movie, I do think the action is still great, but especially when you see where his career took off to, like Transformers is like probably his most popular franchise out there, and like where you see where he grows as a director, like in like 10 years after this movie came out, his career really fucking changed, because it went from like kind of scaled down street level action to fucking blockbuster action, to where it's like $200 million action type sequences. It's like, huh. Like when you watch this movie, you're like, I would honestly be surprised if I didn't know this was a Michael Bay movie and I saw his name on this movie. I'd be like, oh, interesting, because like when you watch this movie, it just doesn't feel like a huge action movie, but the action in this movie that we get is awesome, especially the sequence when it starts in the motel, not motel, the apartment building, and then it like turns into like a huge car scene to where like Mike is like running after the car, and then there's like crashes happening. He jumps on the car, and then he like tackles Marcus out of the way so he doesn't get hit by the car. Like that action sequence is awesome. And then at the very end of the movie, where like the whole like character development of Marcus, where he like learns how to drive better, that was a cool payoff at the end of the movie.
Now that's how you supposed to drive. From now on, that's how you drive.
Like, yeah, the action in this movie, it's fucking awesome for what we get, especially the ending of the movie with that action sequence. It's truly great, but Where to see where this franchise kind of goes off afterwards is more scaled down action, huh? But moving on to the mixed aspects and still kind of to continue talking about that is this movie is very scaled down action. It's a very tame action movie because mostly this movie kind of focuses on like the detective side of it and kind of getting to know Mike and Marcus, which I'm fine with and I'm totally okay with that. But where you see where this franchise goes after that, it's just like this movie doesn't really feel like a Michael Bay movie, and it just feels like a very tame Bad Boys movie, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine that this one kind of feels like the outsider-ish of this franchise because again, I'm fine with that, but when you look at where this franchise goes, especially where Michael Bay's career went after this movie, it just feels like very scaled down to focus more on the detective mystery side of trying to find out where these drugs went and to bring down this like crime mob boss in a way, I guess you can call him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with it, but at the same time, it's just like it just feels weird. All in all, guys, I absolutely love Bad Boys. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite action movies of all time. I truly love Bad Boys. It's a great first installment, and it's one of Will Smith's best movies, and it's one of Michael Bay's best movies, if not his best movie of all time. I truly love Bad Boys. It's an amazing action movie. If you have not seen it, or if you've not seen any of these movies, do yourself a favor and check out the original Bad Boys. What do you guys think of the original Bad Boys? Have you seen it? What do you think about it? Do you like this movie? Do you not like this movie? Do you prefer the sequels? Let me know in the comments below and we shall talk about it. And if you like this video, like it. If you love it, subscribe to the bell notification so you will get notified for all of my latest videos. And of course, until my next video, I'll see you all next time.